Hello everybody, welcome back to Seduce Me the Atome. So I'm gonna be continuing on where we left off, where we fainted. I couldn't believe it. Incubi? Real? It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of the incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me and my eyelids unwillingly opened. Where? I woke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room. Oh wait, I lived at my grandfather's house now. Of course it'd be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings. I was still in the clothes I arrived at the house in, but I was laying in a silk-covered bed. I remember coming in the afternoon, so why was it nighttime already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but I suddenly realized that I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
Yeah, there's Damien. Huh? Since when was he standing there? And who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom? Did we... Oh, the logical question to ask. There's no way. Sorry, I was saying my thoughts out loud. Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came here for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted. And that was how things came to this. Oh. He was leaning against the far wall looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under an incubus's power, especially in a bedroom. Oh. Be calm. Just be calm. I took a deep breath. That's what I would do. Be calm. I was sure that if any of them wanted to take advantage of me, they would have already. Yeah, I'm awake now.
That's good.
That heartbeat, what the heck? I saw a small form of smile on his face, which made me blush a bit. Why though? One thing still concerned me though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Yeah, I thought Damien seemed like kind of a... He gives off this aura of like timidity, to being like timid and kind of kind. How?
I can read minds. It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability, outside of our usual mind-altering powers.
Really? Great. Even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in. I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours. It's already gotten quite dark outside.
Oh, well, where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs.
Oh,
The blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
that's nice. Okay, that's unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home and 2 of us using our powers on you.
You've got a point. Right, I had forgotten about that. It still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it was pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All of this seemed pretty unreal. It was like something out of those romance novels that Naomi sometimes read. I wish I could have just went back to sleep and forgotten all about this. Maybe I should have just called the police on them. Then I would have never landed myself in this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa!
Trust me.
Aw.
I won't let you go.
Okay. I'm not so sure about this.
I promise.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I trust you.
Good.
I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
It's alright. I'm used to it.
I decided to close my mouth for the time being so that I wouldn't weird him out or make things more awkward than they already were. Well, he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listening to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. Damien seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more an admiration? Once we reached the lobby, I decided that I felt well enough to walk on my own. As strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want him to make me carry you everywhere. Yeah, that would be mortifying. Thanks for carrying me, but I think I can walk by myself now. Not saying that I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it, not in a weird way, of course. It's not like I get carried around all the time. What I'm trying to say is that it was really nice of you to do that. Oh, Mika. I started to fumble over my words again. Real smooth.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
Okay. Bye. Alright, see you. He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi!
Oh my goodness. Okay, in contrast, we have Matthew, who seems really loud. Suddenly, a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh wait. You're Matthew, right?
That's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
Oh goodness. I'm fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red.
No,
You feel sick?
I'm fine. I'm sure of it. I must have been blushing when Damien was carrying me downstairs. How embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Eric didn't make you upset.
It's okay. After all, I did hit Sam after what he did. And about Eric. I just wanted you guys to prove to me what you're saying. I suppose incubi are real then. I wondered exactly how I got myself into this mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up at Lizette, and now this. I certainly had a knack for getting myself into sticky situations.
Oh, I have an idea.
He shoved his hands into his pockets with a cheery grin on his face.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
Oh my goodness! Oh, that looks so cool. That rabbit kind of... is that a rabbit? No, most people just pull rabbits. What is that? Looks kind of demonic. What is that exactly? He smiled as if to wave it off, but when he opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock.
What did I just make? This is...
What he produced from his pocket was a creepy-looking doll.
Ah, what is that?
I'm not sure. What was that laugh? His face paled considerably, and he dropped it onto the floor, scooting away from it frantically.
Get it away from me! Because that's my demon or something.
Oh my goodness. But isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make. I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
He slumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique. Aw, keep it.
But it looks so creepy.
It's the thought that counts, right? You wanted to cheer me up after all. I picked up the doll and looked at it closely. Sure, it looks pretty weird at first, but it could be cute if I looked at it from a certain angle. I gave him a small smile. Thanks. Oh, there it is.
You're welcome. It's good to see you smiling, even though the thing I made still kind of creeps me out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Anyway, you should come with me to the dining room. We're almost finished with the food, and, well, I don't mean to brag, but we're pretty decent chefs.
I'm sure you are. Sounds great. Lead the way. Something smells good. My stomach rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
Excuse you. I have a name, you know.
Should we really care?
Ooh, Sam being savage.
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiot.
Whatever.
I apologize for his attitude.
Oh, no need. Oh, that's fine.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we prepared for you.
James seems like logical. Like, not logical, but like the cool-headed one out of the five. He's probably the oldest. Meal? For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting to my head and distracting me. Ah, that's right. Damien and Matthew mentioned that they were making dinner as an apology. You didn't have to.
We insist. Besides, it's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
This is true. Alright, well, thank you. Matthew put down the last of the plates on the table and bowed a bit exaggeratedly to me, gesturing to the table with a sweeping motion.
Ah, there we go. Dinner's all served.
The table was filled with various foods from an eclectic selection of cuisines. One portion of the table was filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, and another portion with some yummy-looking desserts. Excuse me. And there were yet more and more plates that I could have possibly imagined. Wow, that's a lot of food, and all of it looks so good.
We hope you enjoy it, my sweet.
Okay, Eric, you need to calm down. What? Sweet me?
That's enough, Eric. You're no fun, James.
Goodness.
I don't need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow me.
I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but to take his offered arm. James seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there was something that set him apart from his brothers, not to mention he didn't seem to hold much appreciation for them.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
Uh-oh. Oh, well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
Oh, goodness, what do we say? Do we explain or no? How about sure? To put it briefly, I just moved here today.
That explains the luggage you brought in when you came through the front doors. By the way, we put your belongings in the room you were sleeping in. That seems to be the master bedroom, I believe.
Thanks, this house is really big. I don't think I even explored the entirety of the estate when I was a child.
You lived here before?
No, truth be told, this is my grandfather's house. I used to visit him all the time when I was younger.
May I ask why you now live in your grandfather's house?
He actually passed away yesterday. It was bequeathed to me in his will, and I was sent to live here, whether I liked it or not.
My condolences. It seems like you don't like the idea of living here.
Interesting. Wonder... It's not that I don't like this house or that I don't have fond memories of being here. It's just the implications that staying at this estate. It's kind of complicated to explain.
How do you feel about it?
Oh boy. I certainly wasn't expecting that question, but in a good way, it was different from what I had heard the entire day at school. I appreciated the fact that he was willing to listen. I feel angry, sad, scared, and confused. It's hard picking out the different emotions I'm feeling right now. I wish I was stronger.
You don't have to be strong.
Oh, what do you mean?
I understand that you're going through a difficult time, so it's okay to feel those emotions. You don't have to be strong at all.
This is true. Thank you.
Are you alright? There seems to be a small bruise on your cheek.
Uh-oh. He caught me off guard with that comment. I thought no one would have noticed something as small as that. Oh, I'm fine. He stopped and leaned in close, a bit too close for comfort. Or maybe it was just me inspecting my face. He was really quite tall, having to bend over me. I bend over so much just to look at me straight in the face. It was hard to look at him, especially when he was so close. After a few seconds, he straightened up and began walking again.
Well, if you're having any problems, I'm always here to listen.
Oh, what a nice guy. That's really kind of you to offer that.
My pleasure. Here's your seat.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady.
Oh my goodness. Is there a line where he's not flirting? Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charmer of the demons. Yet there was a little distance in his eyes. Let me save real fast. Yeah. I want to be safe.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Oh my. Huh? Oh yeah, when I didn't believe that they were incubi. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and grab a kiss for no reason.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
Ooh. Suddenly, Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling my arm.
Oh my goodness, Eric, please. I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. I would be cool. You sure are quite the charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh. Well, like you're trying to get into my pants at the time.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Really, no. Something tells me there's more to it than that. For a moment he looked away, losing a bit of his smile. Before I could question it though, he turned back to me with a new teasing smile.
Did you want there to be more?
Oh my. I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chuckled again in my ear.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
Oh my goodness. I felt my face heat up simply from his words. I then felt Eric take my hand and kiss it gently.
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
Okay. I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression, as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a frown.
And I'm the queen of the Nile.
Oh, whoops.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
It's you, James, and I.
Oh my god, James, I love you. I'm always correcting one of my friends, or like pretty much all my friends that I'm close to, doing that. Like, I'm always like, it's not you and me, it's you and I. Okay, let's calm things down here. Unless you're using the the between or either, then you can use me. But I don't know. I appreciate this.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Savage. Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Oh, really?
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a little kid. He was adorable, however, I couldn't help but feel like, in a way, he was much more mature than the others, especially Eric.
Huh? Is something funny?
No, it's nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Okay.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
Eric, knock it off.
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Eric.
Seriously, you're getting really annoying with the suck-up act.
It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big, tough act, and it was obvious he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys. But was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
By the way, I don't believe we caught your name, even though you know each of us.
I'm Mika.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
Yeah, that's a nice name.
They were all comfortable around me, despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it was natural for them to be around humans. I guess that was just how incubi worked. But I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me. All at once they looked at me. Oh goodness. I didn't know why, but having all of them look at me made me feel kind of important, like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand. Understand? Like being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appearing in your house was perfectly understandable.
Oh, how do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
Alright, Sam, calm down.
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. How is that difficult to understand?
No, I mean, what specifically happened?
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits.
Interesting.
So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
It's fine, I guess. So you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
Huh? Me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy. But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
Okay, Eric. I was still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just kisses that gave them power, it was anything physical. No wonder why I was out for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time, I could almost hear a warning siren going off in my head. Oh, gee, really?
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Well, what do you all plan to do now? That's the logical question.
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
Yeah, totally.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At that moment, I didn't know what came over me, but I suddenly felt sorry for them. I would too. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they didn't know a bunch of other stuff. They probably would cause chaos all over town. Or, on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs for research. That was even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. Ooh, memory time. I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such vibrancy, all while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any of the drama that might have arisen, like scribbling on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. It was kind of nice just standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. No. But there was a certain bitterness that, coupled with being alone, made me feel so sad. There's a difference between alone and lonely. I just didn't realize it at the moment. And even after that moment, my mother, my father, I said that in reverse, there was no one to return to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided on it right then. I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never seen him before that. What better time to see him then? If no one's going to help me with what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I just stood there on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall, and eyes looking at the strangers passing by. And like always, people continued to pass by, and life continued to go on. I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. Okay. That was until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hon, is that you?
I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began moving its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I became part of the crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past me. Life had changed. I had changed. Because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement I had imagined when I first moved in. There was a matter of making sure no one found out about their powers, thinking about them as lab rats. Excuse me, my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living in my house? Imagine my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh God, imagine my parents come over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think he would have them arrested on the spot. Oh, this was hard. Maybe I should have written a pros and cons list before actually having to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the same exact situation that I was in before, but I did want to help them out. I think it would ease my conscience and would also make me a bit happy to give them help. As weird as that sounded, I understand. I probably would want to, too. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up. Well, you could...
What was that, lovely lady?
Oh, boy. That is,
Spit it out already.
You could stay with me here, if you like. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads for my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things I need all of you to follow.
Yes.
First of all, you can't use your power to deliberately do something that might harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, say for enemies, but you get the drift.
That sounds reasonable.
Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah.
That is a generous offer, miss. Are you sure that would be okay? We don't wish to burden you any more than we already have.
It's alright, really. I mean, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house.
A wonderful
Sam.
We'll teach and train while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess.
Oh, goodness.
What? Are you serious? Shh, be quiet, Sam. I haven't slept in a bed for days.
Oh. They all seemed to like the idea, except for Sam. And hey, I didn't really hate the idea either, even if they were incubi. It would be interesting having 5 guys helping me with taking care of the house, given they would follow the rules I had just laid down.
Fine, but we're not staying here forever. Only until we can beat up that group of punks.
I think that is a reasonable time limit for our stay.
Yes, this is awesome.
Also beautiful. If you
Oh my
need a
God.
bedfellow.
Eric, knock it off.
I was happy that they agreed. Maybe it was because I wasn't going to be lonely for a while. Okay, we got an achievement. Start of something new. Maybe it was because they all needed help and my want to help people was fulfilled. I would never be sure.
So what are we waiting for? Let's celebrate and dig in.
Finally, I'm starving.
Instantly, Matthew and Sam began to stuff themselves with the food on the table. I noticed James's eye twitching in irritation, so I stifled my incoming laugh.
Really, you two? You're both acting like pigs.
Oh, let them have a little freedom, James. It's not like we've eaten recently either. I'm sure they've been starving.
Still, that's no excuse for stuffing their faces like backyard swine.
I almost couldn't hold it in. Oh, goodness. Oh. So I didn't. Whoa. What was that 4th mark? Did anyone else see that? I couldn't hold in my laughter anymore. As I laughed, Matthew and Sam looked my way, faces stuffed.
There's something funny? What are you laughing at?
I stopped to catch my breath. I leaned over the table and took a few breaths before replying. You both are so funny. Both of their faces turned a slight pink before they looked away from me, and they swallowed the food in their mouths.
Shut up! We're not funny. We're hungry.
Well, we're glad that we made you laugh.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Shut up, Matthew.
Oh goodness.
What? I'm just saying.
See, James, it's entertainment for
Oh
her.
wow. They were funny to me. At least they enjoyed the food. As I watched, I took a couple pieces of food for myself and placed them on my plate before eating as well. Eventually, we all ate dinner together. It was strange, eating with just guys, but they were enjoyable to be around. They made me feel like part of their family as we ate together. However, our peace was soon disturbed. Huh? It's my mom. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you off.
Hi, Mom. Everything's fine. I'm actually eating dinner right now.
Oh, good, good. So there was food there. Well, your father wanted me to call and talk to you about having a house party tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Celebrate the new house and all.
A house party tomorrow night? So soon?
Your father insists. You know how he is.
Yeah, we know how he is. I knew exactly what she meant. He didn't like long, relaxing periods between important events. It was slightly messed up. I was expected to act on the drop of a dime. From moving immediately the day after a funeral to my grandfather's house, now to organizing a party. We're gonna save. Just in case. Alrighty, back. I know. Well, since I don't exactly have you here to help me arrange it, I'm gonna need some time to prepare things.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, Susan and Naomi can help. I have work, and you know how your father is.
Yeah, I know. I know. I have to do it myself. He won't help.
I'm sure it'll be amazing, honey. I have faith in you.
Sure. Thanks, Mom.
All right, I gotta go. I love you, sweetie.
Aw. I love you too, Mom. Great. Now how am I going to do this?
Is something wrong?
She has to organize a house party for her parents.
Oh, boy. How did you... Alright, mind reading. But yeah, I gotta do it soon or my parents will be really disappointed. I'll have to stay up and organize everything tonight.
Hey, why don't we help you? That's what we're here for, right?
I don't see why not.
Sure.
I can name a few reasons why we shouldn't.
Shut up, Sam.
Back off.
Oh, gosh.
We'll take care of everything, miss. Just leave everything to us.
That was surprising. I didn't think the boys would offer to help right off the bat. I couldn't help but smile. I was actually rather thankful now that I let them stay. Now I didn't have to do everything alone. As I kept thinking about it, I couldn't help but yawn.
Feeling a little tired over there, princess?
Yeah, it's been a long day. At least tomorrow's the weekend so I can sleep in. Then it hit me. Wait, where are you all gonna sleep?
We found some guest rooms on the opposite end of the house from the master bedroom. I'm sure those will do just fine.
Oh, got it. Alright then, I'm heading to my room to study and sleep. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Oh goodness. I will, you too. With that, I left the dining room and went to my room.
Eric, no.
What? I wasn't going to do anything.
Come on, Eric.
Yes, he was.
As soon as I got into my room, a wave of exhaustion hit me. Why am I tired? So tired all of a sudden. I just woke up from that nap. I dragged myself to my bed and hauled up one of my bags. I opened it and grabbed my economics book, knowing that no matter how tired I was, I had to study at least a page or two before sleeping at last. The words on the page scrambled in my mind as I read through them, but after 2 or 3 tries, I managed to understand what the page was about. I know that feeling so much. Equations. Finally, I decided to change into my pajamas and head to bed. Today had been a long day, and I needed the rest. Hopefully, tomorrow will be better. 3 days of surprises in a row would kill me. That's true. With that thought in my mind, I drifted to sleep, embracing the darkness of slumber.
You fucking pretty boys think you're all that, huh? Well, save that to the end of my pistol.
Oh gosh, that kind of freaked me out. What's going on? I couldn't move my body. I felt like I was tied up, and I couldn't see anything beyond the darkness that surrounded me. Yet I could hear the sounds of a heated argument coming at me from all directions.
One move and she gets it.
Oh my god.
Let her go!
Matthew?
Come on, chicken shit. Fight us like a real man.
Oh gosh.
Like you scare me, Sam. Come on. Take one step. I dare ya.
Why can't I see?
Stay away from her, Malix!
And what are you gonna do, nerd boy?
Suddenly I felt myself pulled to one side and arms wrapped around my body protectively.
I've got you. Don't worry.
Oh, of course. Eric? As I was held in a tight embrace, I felt the world around me once again settle into a low, peaceful hum. The hostility of the dream before had faded into the black as the arms around me rocked me comfortingly. Slowly, though, my eyes fluttered open and I looked up at the person holding me. I knew it! I knew it! Damien? I stared into the eyes of Damien. His face was painted with worry and concern, and I knew he must have seen my dream. Oh, why did I dream of Eric holding me, though?
You can't control your dreams.
Oh, well, I guess you're right.
Are you okay?
This is true. I've had some dreams where I'm just like, whoa, I just dreamt that. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. What time is it?
It's 9 a.m. James and I were making breakfast when well,
You can't control your mind reading?
no. Not yet, at least. I hope to learn eventually, though.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
That's good. I'm assuming you had a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sorry for disturbing you both.
You didn't disturb us, miss. Besides, we'd rather make sure you're okay before anything.
Oh, such a nice fellow. Oh, thank you.
Now, why don't you come downstairs with us and have some breakfast? I'm sure some nice food will take your mind off of what you dreamt of.
I don't know, that was a kind of freaky dream. It was embarrassing to be the damsel in distress once again, but I felt rather happy that James and Damien were concerned for me. Despite only knowing me for a short time, I wasn't sure if it was just courtesy or if they were genuinely concerned. I couldn't exactly read their minds. Alright. The two boys led me back to the dining room where the smell of bacon and eggs danced in the air. The smell wafted from the kitchen and made its way into the room, making my stomach growl in need. Breakfast smells good.
We should be done with breakfast soon. If you want to sit down at the table, you can.
I nodded before sitting down. As I sat down, however, my mind drifted back to the dream I had. That feeling of hostility around me made my body shudder instinctively, even though I knew it wasn't real. However, as my eyes closed, I felt a hand place itself on top of my head, breaking me out of my thoughts. Huh?
Morning. You alright?
No, Sam. Yeah, I'm fine. Sam, the owner of the hand on my head, raised an eyebrow at me before rustling my hair and moving away to sit down at the table. Okay. He then barked towards the kitchen where James was working.
Hey! It's the food! I'm starving!
Oh my goodness.
You're yelling too!
Don't argue with me!
From behind me, Eric appeared and sat beside me, rubbing his temples in obvious annoyance.
Can we not yell this early in the morning? It's not like we're in the castle.
Castle? Castle? For some reason, when I heard the word castle, I couldn't help but yell in surprise. These guys had a castle? Sam looked at me and smirked at my reaction.
Yeah, we have a castle back home. Our dining room's 10 times bigger than this room.
Ooh.
And wouldn't it be logical to not yell?
Whatever.
Soon, James and Damien appeared, hands full of plates that carried bacon, eggs, toast, and waffles. They placed the plates down by each seat before seating themselves.
My favorite.
Finally.
Thank you for the breakfast. It looks amazing.
It's our pleasure.
Sure. All of a sudden, my phone began to ring, ushering me to pull it from my pocket and answer. Oh, whoops. What is this song? Okay. Hello?
Hey, good morning.
Don't we... Oh, wait.
Yes,
So...
who's at your door right
Oh,
now?
no. Right on cue, there's a knock from the lobby door. My heart stops. Suzu, and Naomi were here. I know this feeling all too well. Oh, my God.
I'll get it.
Oh no! My heart quickly began to pound in my chest. Matthew was in the lobby and he'd get to the door first. I instantly jumped out of my chair and rushed out of the dining room. As I passed through the archway between the dining room and lobby, I saw Matthew reach his hand for the brass door handle, causing the world to go into slow motion. Matthew, don't! But before my words could reach his ears, Matthew had opened the door and revealed the surprised faces of Naomi and Suzu. I can explain. The world around me stopped as Suzu and Naomi kept their eyes on Matthew, who merely steered back in fear and embarrassment. I could feel the air go from warm to freezing in a matter of seconds.
Hi?
I cannot believe this is happening. How is I going to explain this? This week is already bad enough. To make matters worse, I was frozen in place. Please, for God's sake, someone do something other than stand there.
Who are you?
Suzu, let me explain.
What's going on here?
Who's that?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Soon the other incubi appeared in the lobby with us. The situation was not going pretty. I had to think fast. They're in your head. Oh gosh. Okay, that's like an obvious lie. They're my brothers. I mean, they've been friends since preschool. They would not believe that. They're in your head or they're visitors. I would probably say something like they're in your head, but logically it's like they're visitors. They would probably be suspicious if we said something like they're in your head. I don't know. Guys, what should I say? I kind of want to say they're in your head just for laughs. Let's do it. Susie reached out and poked Matthew on the forehead, making him stare cross-eyed at her finger.
Hello to you too?
Seems real to me. You're not imaginary.
It was no use. There was no time to lie to them. I felt helpless. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder and felt the tension in my body almost fade away. I turned my head to see James smile at me before stepping in front of me.
We must apologize, ladies. We know this situation must be confusing for everyone. Let's take this to the dining room and we'll explain everything.
I stared at James wide-eyed. Was he going to tell them who they were? Everything seemed surreal. Before I did, I was led to the dining room along with Susan and Naomi, who sat across from their confused gazes. As Naomi and Susan sat down, Eric and Matthew placed their untouched plates of food in front of them, surprising their guests.
Whoa, this looks amazing. Thank you.
Our pleasure, ladies. We hope you enjoy your meal.
Oh my goodness, Eric, calm down.
Make sure you dig in.
I looked at Naomi and Susie as they began to eat, visibly enjoying every bite they placed in their mouth. Hopefully the food would ease their minds for whatever James wanted to reveal. As Naomi and Susie ate their impromptu meals, James and the other boys stood behind my chair, making me grow more red in the face.
So,
Tell us what's going on.
Well, you see, gently, James placed a hand on my shoulder again, signaling me to just eat my food. As I began to eat, he spoke to Naomi and Suzu.
We are Miss Anderson's house servants. We were hired by her late grandfather to help around the mansion, but since he has passed, we now assist Miss Anderson with living on her own.
That makes sense. It's such a huge house.
Yeah.
A huge house for a wonderful princess such as Miss Anderson deserves the greatest of servants to care for it.
Leave it to James to come up with something like that on the spot.
Why are you all dressed so casually and stuff? Aren't servants supposed to have uniforms or whatever?
Mika, this is your cue.
Well, Miss Anderson allows us to get comfy while we work, so she lets us wear casual clothes.
Yeah.
Sam.
We're sorry if we made the situation awkward earlier.
We're very sure that Miss Anderson is also still getting used to having us as her servants. It would be very hard to explain after just a day.
I guess.
So, if I may ask, what brings you two ladies here?
Well, we wanted to see how our friend was doing. Since it's the weekend and all, usually we hang out and just chill. Yeah, like going to the arcade and stuff. Or the Pink Lady Cafe.
Oh goodness, are we gonna have to make a decision?
That makes a lot of sense, ladies. Well, we don't wish to disturb you any further than we have, so we'll take our leave and start preparing the house.
Let me save real fast. I'm gonna be saving constantly. Let's be honest here.
Huh? Preparing for what?
We gotta prep the house for some sort of housewarming party thing.
Our princess's parents requested a housewarming party to be held here soon.
And by soon, they mean tonight.
Oh, well, I guess we can help out or something. Right, Naomi? I thought you wanted to go to the arcade. This housewarming thing is more important.
Aw, Suzu.
No need. We can handle it. If you'd like to, miss, you can go out with your friends while we handle things here.
Seriously?
Sam, not now.
Well, I wanted to help out, but at the same time, I wanted to go out with my friends. James gave me a look of understanding, letting me know that if I felt that if I left, everything would be okay. I had to make a decision. I don't want to leave them. Let's help around the house.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Besides, it is my housewarming party. I should help out too. That's right.
Want us to help out as well?
I think we got it all taken care of. Thanks, though, girls.
Alright. We'll head on out then, so we're not in the way.
Aw. I kind of wanted to see them, though. Sorry, guys. I'll hang out with you guys soon now. Sorry, guys. I'll hang out with you guys soon. Okay.
It's all good, Anderson. We'll definitely come to the house.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I led them back into the lobby and walked them to the doors, opening it for them with a thankful smile. Oh, they both gave me hugs before walking out to Naomi's car, which was parked in the driveway. And with that, they left. I was happy they wanted to help, but I had to do this on my own. It was not their work, so I didn't want to force it on them just because they were my best friends. We had the entire day to work. The party was tonight, and we had to do all we could to make everything right. We sat down and talked about what needed to happen before the party started that night. Each guy had been assigned a different part of the party to do, and right after lunch, we began to work. Since everything was taken care of by at least one incubus, James told me I could assist one of them. The question was who? We're gonna just go ahead and yeah. What time? Oh my goodness. Okay, we are actually running out of time already. I thought we were only 20 something minutes in, but we're already 42 minutes in. 43 now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Seduce Me, the Otome. I guess we're gonna select a guy to help out with our dinner party. I don't know if this is gonna be a guy that we want to, I don't know, have in the long run, I guess, because that, I guess that's the goal of these games. But I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Seduce Me, the Otome, and I guess next time we'll choose somebody to help out. So until next time, bye guys.